I meditate all the time. I think it's largely because I'm inherently a big thinker. I'm constantly pondering on things. However, I found that my meditation isn't always deliberate and intentional to experience God's best or God's good success in my life. Hi, I'm LaMohn and welcome to this week's video on Meditate to Good Success. I want to share with you what I believe meditation is. It is deliberately focusing on specific thoughts and reflecting on their meaning. It's a deliberate and habitual process to train your mind to focus on specific thoughts. Personally, I find that when I meditate on something, I'm inviting the energy and the spirit of those thoughts into my life. And as a result, I cause my life to drift in the direction of those thoughts. For example, I was recently taking in too much negative media news on the virus, or the negative economic impacts and the negative impacts on people's health and lives. And as a result, I sensed an elevated level of stress and anxiety in my own life. In fact, it even went as far as some physical manifestation. I'm feeling hot, I'm starting to sweat a bit. Mind you, just got out of a hot shower, but still. But that goes to show you the power of meditation. But we don't want to use the negative meditation in a negative sense. We want to use meditation for our good success. I want to share with you two scriptures that I want to base today's message on. That's Romans 12:2. It says, "Be ye transformed," or a change of condition, by the renewing or renovation, reconstruction of your mind, that you may prove what is that good, the beneficial and profitable and acceptable and perfect will of God. And Joshua 1:8 says, "This book of the law," meaning the Bible, the scriptures, "shall not depart out of your mouth, but you shall meditate in it day and night, so that you may observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then you will make your way prosperous, and you will have good success or act wisely." Based on the scriptures, I want to give you three takeaways on meditation. When we meditate, we begin to renew our minds. We renew our minds to His good and perfect and acceptable will for our lives. So to meditate, we read scriptures, we reflect on the meaning of the scriptures, and we do it continually, and we speak the scriptures aloud to ourselves. And as a result, we find that we begin to shape our thinking to God's way of thinking. And then secondly, I always find that when I'm meditating, the presence of God just manifests. So we can cultivate the presence of God in meditation, and we position ourselves, therefore, to give our lives more fully over to Him, so that His will may be done in our lives. It's a matter of the heart, and thereby we can believe Him for the empowerment, believe Him for the desire and the strength and the courage to do His will. And then finally, when we meditate, we have the benefit of doing His will. As a result of our minds being renewed and our hearts being changed, we're now being positioned to actually go and do His will. And it's in the doing of His will that is the evidence of a transformed life that I shared about earlier in Romans chapter 12. And I want to point out that I think it is in the doing, when we are doing God's will for our life, that is making our way prosperous and having good success. It is in the obedient response to His will and walking that out, that in itself is prosperity, and it is good success. When we're aligning our lives to God's plan, His purpose and determination for our lives, that's God's definition of a successful and prosperous life, of us having good success and acting wisely. Hey, I want to encourage us this week to be intentional with meditation and use it to help us to do God's will, which is His best for our lives. And as a result, we can make our way prosperous and have good success. Hey, thanks for listening. I hope this message has helped to elevate your thinking. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Until next week's video, may grace, peace, and blessings be yours.